So at any time, if I asking you questions makes you feel uncomfortable, you can interrupt me any minute, okay? Anytime. First of all, do you understand me? Okay, so you have a translator in your brain that kind of depicts what people, how they talk like in the year 2023 versus how they talk like in that year. Got it. So you already automatically understand me when I'm speaking to you. Okay, perfect. So can you just tell me briefly a little bit about yourself first? Like what you do for a career. Oh, interesting. So you were kind of like a climate change refugee at first, and then what year was that? Okay. Oh, that's a lot sooner. Wow. Okay. Alright. So you work with like energies, sort of like advanced nuclear fusion mixed with robotics and yeah, I'm sure by then it's not really robotics, it's more like energy. Are they kind of like transparent? Yeah. Oh wow. So they can kind of like fit and mold through anything. Yeah, they can walk through walls because they can turn transparent, and then they can make themselves a physical form on the other side of that. Oh, interesting. So they channel like a vessel of energy. Okay. Are those robotics more advanced? Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, that never sat right with me too. I'm like, how can something be far more advanced than what we give it power, right? Like, I think at the end of the day, humans are always going to be more advanced, and they're just always going to be imitations of us. They're trying to attain what we have, right? Like the God gene code, if you believe it. Is that? Yeah. No one can emulate that for sure, but they're still a lot smarter. 50 trillion times smarter. Insane. Well, since you're a time traveler, you going back in time, what if you played the $940 million lottery? Oh yeah, you don't do that because of the butterfly effect, correct? It would interrupt the timeline. Yeah, right. You don't want to spoil it. That's true, that's true. And you're not allowed to, right? Otherwise you'd be banned from time travel. So how did you time travel? Did you use a machine? A teleportation device? Okay, yeah. I believe it, yeah. Time doesn't actually exist. You can mold it, yeah. So you channel like power energy. Is there like a big dome and crystal? There's like a big dome crystal. Can you explain that? What does that look like? Oh, the robotics use and channel that energy too, so it's like free energy, right? Wow, even nuclear fusion is not advanced in that year. Wow, so you've moved on even from nuclear fusion. Yeah, we're just getting started with nuclear fusion. Like, you guys are like, I can't even imagine. So, when does kind of like everything start to really change? Is there like some big event that we're all waiting for? Or is it sort of like 2026? Wow. There's going to be like a lot of minor events, and then the big one is more like 2026. Oh boy. That makes sense. Yeah, that's one of two timelines. 3, 4 timelines. How many are there? 40. My head hurts. So, am I going to be on your timeline? I'm going to be on 2 or 3 different ones. Okay, now my head really is going to hurt. Or at least spin after I get up from here. Like, right? And splitting and separating timelines. Yes. She said it condense, right? Okay, so in terms of energy, you talk a lot in terms of energy. Do you have physical bodies, or are they transparent, kind of like the robotics? They're still physical dense. Interesting. Really, nothing has changed in your timeline with the density of the body. It doesn't get lighter. Oh, the lightness is kind of like an illusion, but it's more you get smarter and like more intelligent. With more technology comes more intelligence, and it's like a never-ending cycle. So you feel like on top of the world because you probably have a lot of powerful technology. But I bet the pressure of that feels intense, doesn't it? Or are you kind of capable of controlling that? What about 2060? Okay, so that's a big year, right? Like things get a little risky with tech, and it's like someone almost took over and like ruined the whole earth, right? Oh boy. Well, that sounds really immature for the year 2060. Like, so even though you split timelines, there's still that bad apple, right? But I guess God makes no mistakes, right? Yes, that's good. That's good to hear. So is like faith or religion still a thing by that year? Yes and no. Explain. Explain as if I'm in kindergarten, because that sounds very like different from our life here. Oh, the true teachings come to light rather than the false teachings. I see. Okay. So are there like wires in our bodies and our veins? Like what do we look like? Seriously? Wow. What do you mean by little blue specimens, like lumens? What is that? It circulates through your body. It makes you glow. Interesting. That sounds very cool and futuristic. I'm not sure what that is. It's hard to explain, I bet, right? Because it's so far. It's like a blue glow of energy, and they kind of help heal you, so you don't ever have to go visit like a hospital or something, right? Amazing. So does that mean like that industry, the pharmaceuticals, that's all gonna like change or be different? Yeah, it's not gonna completely go away. It's just different, right? Yeah, people don't have many issues. Are there a lot of people on Earth at that time? What? Come again? 500,000. Come again? Oh, that's just on that one timeline. But on others, there's still like millions, right? Are there billions? Millions only. Like 10 million. Shoot. Why is that? Why are there not going to be a lot of people? Oh, that's awful. 2025 did that. Oh no, that's awful. But then 2026 ends up a really good year, right? Like a blessing in disguise, like a new cycle, right? A new beginning. What about 27? A lot of people talk about the year 27. Nothing happens. That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't think anything special is gonna happen that year either. But 2028, more happens, and then 2032. Oh boy, and 34. Oh, and 35. Oh girl, bye. I think we already. It's just because you. Wait, let me ask you this question. Have you lived in the year 2023, or are you just like a newborn from years after? You've come again. You've always been around. You do sound advanced. So are our bodies gonna live like hundreds and thousands of years? Some of us. A select few. So is that 144,000 real, that's very close from now. Like, that's next year. I mean, that's... Wow, I didn't expect you to say that. Are you sure it's not like 2042? You just switched the two numbers around. Oh my god. Okay. Well, what can we do to prepare for that? Just evolve. Spiritually prepare, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. Health, mostly health, yeah, because that thing's gonna wipe out a lot, right? Whoa. It's gonna wipe out a lot of currency, yeah, and health and people, and oh gosh. I mean, we thought we had it bad a few years ago. Is that like what they're talking about? Like the whole button to just wipe everything, restart over everything? Oh gosh, okay, that makes sense. So are they doing that because it's for our better? Long term, yes. Like they want what's best for us, right? Even though we may not like it at first, the way the future is going, it has to unfold a certain way for us to realize enlightenment and God and everything, right? So you're never going to get too far carried away in technology and AI and all this stuff. It's going to be sort of like always coming back home to God, right? That's good, that's good. I was a little worried about the future. I was like, it sounds very dystopian, but it's not going to be bad, right? Some years are going to be awful because there's going to be like a lot of like loss of just, you know, everything, right? Yeah. Kind of like we had a few years back, if you remember, yeah. That was the start of it, right? Yeah, 3 years ago. Even 4 years ago, like everything started to change with relationships, with family, with move, with, oh my god, even 5 years ago, like 6 years ago. I mean, this has been going on, right? Like fast-paced changes. Like I think 2016 was the last boring year. Nothing happening. Like it was actually too good to be true, right? And then things 2017 onwards, 2018 was peaceful, 2019 was hell, 2020 was hell, 2021 was hell, 2022, hell, 2023, peaceful. Weird how that works, right? So that was your timeline. That you went on a couple different timelines by then, so you would know what I'm talking about. Okay, so enough about that. What kind of food do we eat? Do we eat at all? Interesting. So explain that again. Oh, those lumens like hydrate and replenish you, but you also take like a pasty material. But it's energy. It's a paste of energy. It's not like, so you just swallow like an orb of stuff. And it hydrates you, and so in a sense our bodies with that new tech become merged with one with the light, at least closer to it. What do you mean by that? See, now that's what disturbs me. What do you mean by that? That makes sense, because a human being like Homo sapiens sapien would be someone that wouldn't have that in their system. So once you do, then you suddenly become not. And then, like, does it make you start act differently or think a different way? Inevitably so. Because you would feel lighter as a result. You're still physical intense, but you still feel lighter with this new upgrades. So is it like an iPhone where you have like a 16, 17, 18.5 upgrade? Like, are you having to upgrade and tweak the tech a bit? Of course, absolutely, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, why would you keep in your system running 10-year-old tech? I mean, that makes sense. Does it cost money to... Let me ask you this. Is there universal income? Is healthcare free? What does that look like in the future? Do we have to worry to have to slave away like a Babylonian slave to have to pay bills every freaking day? Or is there like a free system? So the work is more feeding into the system of sustainability in this reality to save the species, or what's left of it, correct? Did you receive help from a higher dimension, higher power for that? Did they come? Like in Egyptian times? Yeah, we all know they didn't build those things on their own. Yeah, let's not lie to ourselves. But anyway, so it's kind of like predating to those Atlantis times, Lemurian, Mu. Yes. Yes, this. So it's not like we start remembering, it's just gonna start coming. It's just gonna start appearing in front of us, like the answers. Like right now, the answers are just coming. Technology is so much faster because it's just showing up. Now is the time. The density is cleared on this planet, and it's time for us to truly fast-pace evolve. Well, I feel like I'm having quite an intellectual but intriguing discussion with you, and I'm very honored that you came all the way from the year 90, which is, I mean, like, we got another 67 years to go, you know, to get there. So, I mean, you sound like so much has happened in that time. Did you lose loved ones? Pets? Yeah, of course, friends. All of them. I'm so sorry, Dave. I want to cry for you. Do you feel emotion? It was a bad hurricane and tsunami in one. Are you kidding me? You're joking, right? You were in the Philippines at the time. You wiped everything. How did you survive? I mean, wow, are you joking? I don't understand how that building survived. You're very lucky you were on that 30th floor, because, my lord, it just came like a thief in the night, right? Exactly. I'm getting goosebumps. So there is some truth to the Bible, of course, like where it's like a premonition of God's word that this is what will happen and this is what will unfold. And because I always thought, like, okay, I'm against a lot of this stuff, this new stuff that's coming out, but I understand they're trying to help us. Deep down, I understand that they want what's best for, what they think is best for all of us, right? Those who have more money than us, right? And they feel like they've done the work, they've calculated, they've done the math. Even the AI has told them, like, this is how things will unfold. And that is the best way, you think? It will change with time. I do believe some people have to, it will change, right? The change of power and stuff, the structure, the hierarchy and stuff. But it's still a go, right? There's still, yeah, because right now I feel like they're losing it, but there's too much power still. Like, why are we giving someone with trillions of dollars that much power? But it's not that we're giving it, it's because they naturally do, because they have all the resources, you know? I mean, they can buy countries if they wanted to, right? So there are no wars. Okay. Just disagreements, right? Alright. Because the energy's clearing. That's mostly like weather events. Is it really gonna get like to a point where our skin is like fried fish? Like it's that hot and we have to use like spacesuits and stuff? Sometimes. Oh, that makes sense. It's more like the sun's radiation, right? Like it kind of peels the layer. But we won't need that because it's like we'll be working inside, because inside will replenish our needs by through this energy, these orbs, these particles of light, right? So it's going to be a different kind of world. It's going to look different. What does the sky color look like? Like sea green. That's beautiful. It's going to look like water is above you, right? That's why I always wonder, like, why is there so much steam up there in clouds? Like as a kid, you know, you wonder, like, there must be water, you know, a little beyond that, like some water. That makes sense. That's why Atlantis always drew me in. I'm like, underwater makes more sense. An underwater civilization. You know? And so we're going to be restored to that, like kind of underwater-ish, right? That's beautiful. And that kind of protects us from that radiation. But we still have to wear things to go out, right? You guys are working on it, like an external coating. Okay, that's good. That's go out. Okay, like a hydrophobic kind of material, but that's like extremely hydrophobic to where it's like if you're thousands of feet underwater, it'll still be protecting you. That makes sense. So you're not able to like breathe in that water. Oh, okay. Not yet. You have devices too though. Okay, good. So you think in the next 5-10 years you'll have that like ability to just step out in that coating? 2, 3, you think you're working on it? Yeah. Does time go a lot faster than it is now? Because I feel like it's going a lot more faster. Okay. Okay. It is, but it feels like it's going to stave off after a while because we're going to be so used to it going so fast. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. So it's going to feel like a normal day. It's not going to feel like now. We're just getting used to it, right? Like we're just barely starting to get used to it. It's been going on for, I think, the last year, right? Well, yeah, it had true. It's been going on for like 2 years, but I feel like the last year is like especially fast. Yeah. Why is that? It's just like the dimensional change. Okay. To avoid any pain, it has to go faster. That's true. Like, imagine going through all we're going through now collectively and then it going slow like the days used to be. That would be hell. Yeah. You want as many people around, that's true. So you're, in a sense, looking back on what already happened. So, in a sense, you guys have always been around. That's what you mean by it, right? Oh my god, I'm getting goosebumps. So you're like, what? How old? 450? Wow. So you're literally looking back. Oh, why is that? You can't look too far back. You can only look as back as you're old. So how did you live that long? I'll understand it soon. Okay. You really had to think about that one. Yeah. So it wouldn't make sense even if you try to explain it. Okay, I'll let it go. Do you sleep? 2.5 hours. That's all you need. The light replenishes you. Okay. So it's like all around you. You don't need to like have like a dome you sit in, or are you just kind of touching that crystal dome? Oh wow. It lights up your. Oh wow. It makes you glow for like a whole hour. Wow. Sometimes a day. Wow. So restaurants, bars, all of that's like, what is that? There are bars, but for like, okay, hydro drinks, interesting. They hydrate you. But they have like special vitamins and like seaweed, interesting. I mean, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So the physical body doesn't look any different, right? Okay. It's just upgraded. Interesting. What about school? Life is your school, right? I agree. Everyone has an interest for each other. Interesting. So you all teach each other, and that's how you evolve faster. Yeah, I always thought like we can't evolve if we're trapped 9 to 5 in these buildings and they teach us 2 plus 3. You know what I'm saying? Like it never made sense either. Yeah, that all has to go. So how do you commute to your job? Everything's just there. It's all super close, right? Does the sea life ever bother you guys? Oh, you're not technically underwater. It's just it's underwater because of the energies, right? But there is another space that's actually underwater. Oh, okay. But the lands are mostly fast and dry, so you don't actually live on the land. What happens if you go above the surface, even with that suit? It'll crush you. You can't go too high. So it's like the opposite, like up is crush, down is light. In this world right now, it's like we go in the sea, that thing will crush you. But if you go above, it's lighter. And even like on a plane, that pressure is so non-existent there. So we have to create that cabin pressure, you know what I'm saying? So it's like up is, that's what they mean. That's what they mean by as above, so below. So below is the new up. Up is the new below. So everything will flip. That makes sense because we've been evolving from higher planes of existence to lower, and now we're going from lower to higher, so it has to flip. You made me realize a lot. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So planes are not going to fly for that reason anymore. They already know. Okay, I have a lot to think about now. You gave me a lot. Even our chakras will reverse, right? So the crown will be down, the root will be up. Oh my god, everything flips. And that's why when we see upside down first, and our brain has to translate it upright. Oh my god, so we're working with energy in opposites. So that means if we work with what we got now and flip it in reverse, it has the same meaning in the new world. And we're creating that new world by flipping it already. So it's almost like, I know this sounds stupid, but hear me out. 5 plus 2 equals 7. But what about 7 plus 2 equals 5? Sort of like that, right? You're just flipping it. My mind is blown. Thank you for sharing all that. Well, I'm trying to figure out what else I have to ask of you. So our clothes, they don't look like this. We don't need clothes. How do you cover up? Oh, there's no desire in that way. Okay. Only if you choose to have that sort of connection with that person, then the desire would come. So like, it's not awkward or embarrassing to walk around like that. You're just you. Okay, there's no need for like, yeah, I guess there's like none of that emotion anymore then. But you would still wear things if you chose, right? Yeah, of course. But you can choose to go without any clothes. Okay, that's like normal. Interesting. Alright. Is there YouTube? No, of course not. Laugh out loud. Everything's so different, isn't it? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And even in today's world, most businesses haven't run for 100 years, so. But why is that? Is that like we just don't need it? Oh, I see, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I suppose. It would slow your evolution and be a waste of time. You don't do entertainment like that, no, in that world, no. You still entertain yourselves, but more in intellectual ways. Do you read books? It's just screens you scroll through with all the collective information. Yeah, I was thinking, how did you store all of that knowledge, though, if everything got wiped out from the flood? Oh, that was just in one area. So when that happened in the Philippines, people acted fast and kind of stored it in databases. That made sense. So the history still kept itself over time, so you still have all the information from. Oh yeah, of course, you could go back in time and then get that info yourself. That's true. So some things you did have to restore in order to correct and heal the timelines and stuff. That's a lot of work, so that's part of your job, right? Oh, you do that, you time travel more in your free time because you're able to, okay. So what qualifies you to be able to? Is there a score you have to accomplish in life, or? Oh, okay. Everything's energy, so they just know. So there's another they. There's a hierarchy. There always has been. So people who work with higher dimensional beings, and they tell them what to do, right, to help humanity. How can they know that they can be trusted? They just know. They'll never speak up. Yeah, that's true. They're secretive, groups now, but there's nothing to hide in the future, right? Yeah, it's like all in a conscious collective stored database, and you're connected to that database through tech/energy crystals. So it's not a bad thing. And you still can choose to do what you will with your free will, right? You still have that. To an extent. Okay. So you're saying that, in a sense, the lower densities are a blessing because we have true freedom. Or were we ever truly free? It makes you think, right? At least that's what I ponder about at times. Okay, you want to finish the discussion. Do you think if I know too much, I will mess the time? Okay, I thought so. Yeah. Because I would hate to share this with someone online and then it's like oops, I accidentally, made people go down a different timeline. My bad. Anyway, thank you for sharing with me your knowledge, and I'm very honored to have spoken with you, and you go back to where you came from. So you can only go back in the past, you can't go to like 2092 onwards. Okay. Oh, you can? Only a couple years to see, like, if you do something to see how that's gonna mess up the timeline. Wow, you guys are super advanced. Okay, well, that makes sense. If you go back, why can't you go forward, right? Do you feel free, though? Do you feel happy? Do you feel happy to grow and evolve? Okay. So that's all your dominant focus. Interesting. That's way ahead of our time. I mean, I wish most people knew that, but how is your lighting before you go? Like, do you have lights? It's all the lumen glow. Fascinating. It's like blueberry lights. Wow. Oh wow, that's pretty. You have like little creatures like seahorses kind of floating. That's beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing. If I touch you, is that